Let's turn now to one of the most read stories on the BBC today. It's about what happened when China's most watched TV show for the Lunar New Year screened a comedy sketch featuring African caricatures. It was meant to celebrate China's rapidly growing ties with African nations. As you probably know, that includes billions of dollars of investment from Beijing. But many viewers in China reacted to the message of the sketch with anger, even disgust and shame. The popular show gets as many as 800 million viewers as families reunite for the lunar holiday. This year it featured a comedy routine celebrating Chinese-African ties. Actors are seen in various roles that have been seen as stereotypes. And what's really upset some is the appearance of an Asian actress with dark makeup and exaggerated buttocks. Using makeup to lampoon black people, a practice known as blackface, is seen by many as deeply offensive. The character walks on stage carrying a fruit plate on her head. She's accompanied by what's thought to have been a black actor in a monkey suit. Here's one of the reactions on Twitter. CCTV's racist show during Spring Gala shook me and made me so ashamed of China and my people. But here's another view. China is never a multiracial country. Most people won't think about skin problems as they never encounter one in real life. And here's another African comment on Facebook. We are proud of our colour, and if a Chinese woman wants to look like us, she's more than welcome to knock herself out. I see nothing to be worried about here. I'm joined now by Manya Koetse from Amsterdam. She's usually based in Beijing and is the editor of the website What's on Weibo, covering trends on social media in China. Thanks very much for being with us here on Impact. We just quoted a few comments there. What kind of reaction have you been seeing?
Very, very mixed, actually. Well, you should understand that when it's the time of the CCTV Gala, it's the most discussed topic, even without any controversies. I mean, everybody's talking about this. And about this particular scene, many on Weibo, on Chinese social media, said it was very awkward. They thought it was the worst scene of the night. But compared to Twitter, it were different reactions. I must say there was much a softer reaction on Chinese social media than what you saw on Twitter.
So a different point of view on English or Chinese social media?
Oh yes, on Twitter a lot of people were saying this is just straight out racism. Many people said it was very offensive. And actually what you also saw on Chinese social media is that people said, well, you know, in China you have this thing with Chinese opera that we're used to putting on different colors on the face. They didn't see the problem. Many people thought it was funny. I think one of the key words was just awkward, but straight out racism, well, that is something that a lot of Chinese netizens did not say.
And it's important to note that in China, that there's a great deal of pride associated with growing links with Africa and the economic push, the investment that is going towards Africa.
Exactly, and I think it's a little bit sad in a way that, again, there's such a huge controversy now, because actually the meaning behind the sketch, I think it was well intended. If you look at the overall night, there were a total of 42 acts. This was number 25. And the main theme was China's internationalization, rising China. You know, there were a lot of people, not just from Africa, but from the UK, from America, from Russia. So it was very much about China's One Belt, One Road policy and, yeah, China's growing importance in the world.
And just want to step back a minute, because another thing that's really interesting about the Gala show is that criticism of it is quite traditional, isn't it? But it also sometimes gets censored.
Yes. Well, actually, it's a tradition, because you should imagine that it's the evening before the Chinese New Year. Everybody's gathering around the TV. That's why you have 700 to 900 million people watching this gala. They're eating, they're drinking, they're watching, and they're making jokes about it. It's the whole point of the night in a way on social media. And then yesterday night, unfortunately, I was live blogging the event, and the hashtag that was used to mock the gala was actually censored. And also today you see that the discussions about this controversy with the blackface woman were also censored on Weibo and WeChat.
Manya Koetse, very good to talk to you. I should also say that if we look at the BBC Africa Facebook page, there's a really lively debate there with a mix of opinions about what was done. There's lots more on the BBC website about this. Comments from Twitter, Facebook and Weibo, plus analysis from our correspondent John Sudworth on how China perceives other ethnic groups, all at bbc.com/news.